Thank you, Sister Quincy. I'm going to be very brief. First and foremost, I'm here because I want to pay tribute to Senator Udall for his incredible leadership on so many issues, but particularly in the last few years on these issues of democracy reform, which we just heard spoken to so eloquently. He has assembled a broad coalition of people and groups. They care deeply about fixing our democracy. You're going to hear from him about that momentarily, but I just want to thank him for the partnership that we've been able to build over the last couple of years, and thank him for his incredible service to this country and to the United States Senate. So thank you, Senator Udall, for that. I thank you for joining in this great endeavor, which is to restore our democracy, to bring us back to a place of a faithful democracy, and to restore the people's covenant with its democracy. And it's something that effort is one I joined when I first arrived here on Capitol Hill 14 years ago. I think about my own faith traditions. It's sort of I have a complex religious pedigree. My mother was Episcopalian. My father was Greek Orthodox. My wife is Jewish, so it's complex to say the least. But my Greek Orthodox faith took me a few years ago, many years, and then I've returned since to Mount Athos in northern Greece, which is where there are many monasteries. And you hike from one to the next through this incredible natural beauty, the mountains rising out of the blue Mediterranean Sea, and the spiritual connection you have, the sense of soulfulness is incredible. And I often go back to that in my mind as a way to ground myself and to find peace. But increasingly over the last few years, when I reach for that source of strength, I find it tarnished by what's happening to our planet, what's happening to our climate. And then that leads me to the impact that the oil and gas industry is having when it comes to the policy we make in our own country, and the soul-crushing sense of powerlessness that so many Americans feel when they look at their government and they feel left out and locked out of the decisions that are being made that affect their lives. And we can connect every issue that we feel deeply about to progress being blocked by the undue influence of special interests and money have. But it's broader than money. There's so many ways, as you know, that people are being left with this sense of being powerless in their own democracy and in their own society. And in pulling together H.R. 1, the For the People Act, we wanted to address the issue of registering and voting in America and making sure people can get to the ballot box without running an obstacle course. We wanted to fix partisan gerrymandering. We wanted to look at ethics and accountability and campaign finance reform and election security, because the best way to protect your democracy is to be vigilant, but also strengthen it from the inside so it is resilient. That, in the end, is the most effective way to preserve the integrity of our institutions and our embrace of democracy. And the one thing I can say as I close here is what's remarkable is when you go talk to people, and Senator Udall can testify to this, I'm sure, as well. It doesn't matter what faith or background you are. It doesn't matter what your political stripe is. This feeling out in the country that people have been separated from their own democracy is broad and deep, and it has created a cynicism that has been corrosive, and we have to address that head on. And I think that efforts like this are doing that and are part of a grand coalition across this country to restore democracy, to get us back to a place of faithful democracy, to make sure that covenant with our democracy is intact. So thank you so much for the opportunity to swing by, pay tribute to a great public servant, Senator Udall, and thank you for stepping up into this grand, as I said, endeavor to restore our democracy. Thank you all very much.